Hey everyone, what's going on? It's the Pig here on Flying Pig United with some more Manchester United news, just the latest days goings on. And of the morning, there is a bit to get into today. I didn't do a FIFA last night and I ended up falling asleep really early, which is why I'm up here at this time. So great to see all you guys this morning. Thank you everyone for getting in here. We've got 21 Nick P in here, Kate Cadet, Scott Corden, Bang Bang, Jonathan Gallagher, Ruthless Sausage, Takashi, what's going on my son? Mark O as well, get in there. Everyone, thank you so much for getting in the streams. Really appreciate you. Do us a favour at the start of this show, smash that like button on the video, give it a cheeky little share around on social media as well if you're that way inclined. And as always, get involved throughout the show, guys. We want to hear from you. Get your thoughts and opinions in there about whatever we're discussing. Get involved and let's be having you. But thank you once again for being here. We're going to get into all the latest United goings on. The sort of news at this moment, of course, is that, well, Ten Hag's coming. There's lots of reports today that Ten Hag's looking to do some sort of clean-up. Fabrizio Romano was speaking on his podcast and said Eric Ten Hag's priority is to clean up the dressing room, clean the atmosphere and start something new. Damn right. Damn Skippy. Let's get all these guys out of this club, all the pretenders, all the players that are not good enough and shown their true colours over the course of a season or more, and get rid of these guys and hopefully make some good astute signings in this summer transfer window and to see a new look, fresh look Manchester United side next season. Hashtag Slabby out. Hashtag Pogba out. Hashtag all the rest of these motors out, to be fair, most of them. 0 degrees, what's good? Nikolai Lindquist, Roshmano, Mark O, Ruddy can't game. What are you doing here, mate? What time is it in New York? Oh, yeah, you're on the night shift, my son. Great to see you, Ruddy, Simon Almeida, everyone. Appreciate you all getting in. Get your thoughts and opinions in throughout. So that's a lot of, seems to be the story at the moment is that Ten Hag's looking to do a clean-up of Manchester United's dressing room, get a lot of these players out and wait for, hopefully, new signings to make this team actually somewhere resembling a Manchester United side. So that is sort of being talked about. The Express reporting here that Eric Ten Hag plans to clean Manchester United's dressing room of this bad atmosphere, and he thinks that Ten Hag thinks that obviously that's what he's got to do in order to sort of change the mentality at Manchester United, get some of the bad characters out, maybe get some of the players who just sort of don't turn up, who let us down too often, and sort of try and start again, really. So in order to do that, we're going to have to sign plenty of players, guys. The biggest news of this morning is that we've got updates from The Athletic and various other different sources as well about Leeds United midfielder Kalvin Phillips being linked to Manchester United this summer. And yeah, it seems like a reasonable signing, this one. I think it, in terms of possibilities, in terms of is it realistic? I mean, it kind of is. The only thing that's not that realistic about it is he is a Leeds scummer, end of the day. He's a proper Leeds scummer. So because of that, whether, I don't know if he would actually want to come and play for Manchester United, that is a little bit of a concern. But at the same time, what an opportunity. It's obviously a huge club. Leeds just not realistic in any time soon to expected to get anywhere up there. So if he wants to better himself and his career, then a move to Manchester United would be an absolutely brilliant move. We have seen it before, guys, a couple of people moving, but maybe not people like Kalvin who've got that sort of affinity with Leeds and everything, being a local lad and all the rest. So, but we have seen Alan Smith came to United and Eric Cantona. So it has happened before, guys. We have signed a Leeds scummer before. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you think that Kalvin Phillips might go and sign for Manchester United. Smash a 2 in the live chat if you think that there's no way that this Leeds scummer would want to come and play for Manchester United. Let me know. Hey, Mark Harris, thank you so much for the $2 super chat, you absolute Don. Sue. Let's get some Sues in there for Mark Harris as well. Thanks, bud. He says, get in, my son. Had a cheeky shave. Jason stays from life. Hey, what's going on there, Mark Harris? Oh, you mean me? Or you? I have had a little bit of a shave, actually, Mark Harris. Thank you very much for noticing. I had a little bit of a trim. I don't know if you mean you or me, but I have had a little bit of a trim. Thanks for noticing, bud. Yeah, exactly, Kate Cadet. That's it. We signed those guys, as I just said, Kate Cadet. Thank you for repeating exactly what I just said. And Rio Ferdinand, says the Kate Cadet. Well, there you go, my son. So we have seen some scummers who've played for Leeds United in the past come and play for Manchester United. I don't think you can totally rule it out. But then again, I mean, if you think about it like this, though. So Kalvin Phillips, just pretty sure, let me just double check, but I'm pretty sure he is actually born in Leeds. He is. He's a full-on Leeds scummer. Right, okay, he's a graduate from Leeds Academy. He's a Leeds through and through. He's a full-on Leeds scummer. Now, all the other players that we just mentioned there, such as Cantona, Rio, Alan Smith, these guys are not true Leeds scummers, are they? And so, for those reasons, that makes it a little bit more, a little bit more unlikely, I suppose, because he is Leeds through and through. M. Scarfy's in it, says no, he won't. And yeah, indeed, Ten Hag in, Slabby out, says Chief Struman. If Phillips signs, he won't be back in Leeds anytime soon, says Rushmano. That's what I'm talking about, yeah. Imagine it's like he's just Leeds through and through. And it's kind of like, I don't know, when Jack Grealish obviously went to City, it's not like that. What it would be like if Jack Grealish went to, from Villa to, well, there's not really a good comparison because there's no other good teams at the moment, but, Birmingham City or maybe even Wolves or something, like, it's just like, you go into the local or some local rival type thing. It's just not really a good look, is it? So for those reasons, it's still up in the air. But a lot of interest in Kalvin Phillips, supposedly from Manchester United. In fact, we've got a report here that Mike Phelan has been very keen to sign Leeds United midfielder Kalvin Phillips for over 3 years now. According to the Athletic dropped a piece this morning and claimed that Phelan's admiration for Phillips goes back to 2019. United coach Phelan attended Leeds 3-0 win over Salford City in the EFL Cup. And he was sitting with Nicky Butt, Gary Neville and Phil Neville, and he was left in awe with how he controlled the game. So, this has gone back a while. He has obviously had some interest, but because he's a Leeds scummer, because of Leeds obviously having to come up through the leagues, and you've seen what a good player he is, you've seen what a good job he's done for England as well. And he's actually, and if we're talking about the sort of player that Man United need, he is the sort of player that we need because he's sort of no nonsense, he's the right sort of age. He's rough and ready, but he's also he likes to tackle. He's going to get you going. He's good bringing the ball forward, and he can pass. He can absolutely pass. So we do need more players like that who like a tackle, who are getting in there, can break things down. He's not going to get you a shitload of assists or a shitload of goals, but what he's going to give you is that industriousness in midfield. Somebody like, if you look at what Fred did for us previously, where he's a bit of a terrier, something like that, but with the ability to actually, pass the ball out from the back and get you going and set the play. That's the sort of player that we're hoping to get. Because we've struggled to have that sort of player for a long time. I mean, Nemanja Matic is maybe the best of that, what we've got, but he's just an absolute aging Frankenstein who's leaving anyway. 42 of you legends in here right now. Thank you so much for getting in here. Really, really appreciate you joining. Smash a like on the video if you haven't done so. Do hit the subscribe button and get yourself involved if you're new around here too. Takashi, no fee for the last 2 days, mate. I have a couple of nights off melting. Actually, just my body clock just switched reverse. That's why I'm up at this time. I've just been falling asleep early, man. But I'm getting back at it very, very soon. Takashi, don't worry. We always have a couple of days off a week anyway, usually. Ruddy Cut in terms of FIFA. Ruddy Can't Game is good. Happy King's birthday in the Netherlands. Good morning, Fred. Hope you're well. Hey, Neil Duffin, thanks very much, mate. Nice one. Happy birthday to the King, lad. Respect. Nice one, mate. So, yeah, the Athletic are saying that Man United are starting to probe for a deal with Leeds United, maybe for Kalvin Phillips, or just talking about it. Of course, he has been a consistent performer for Leeds. And in terms of a price tag, there's reports here, £50 million deal for Phillips. That's what the Athletic are reporting. They say that a £50 million deal could be had to bring this guy in. Now, I'm not so sure about that. That seems like a little bit much money to me. But hey, look, that's the going rate. Homegrown players, and that's Premier League players. It costs a lot of money these days to sign anyone. But £50 million, crikey. Let's ask the line chat. How much do you think he would be worth for Manchester United to sign Kalvin Phillips from Leeds as another option, as another player who could come in that midfield? I would say £45 million. I would be happy to go to £45 million and not a penny more, my friends. Yeah, exciting times with Ten Hag. Ralph needs to stay, says Mark Harris. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you very much, Nathan Best. Oh, nice one, mate. How you doing? Like I said, Phillips article was done. Oh, brilliant, Nathan Best. Get in there, my lad. Thank you very much, Don. Absolutely brilliant. I'll have to check that out after. The Cade Cadet. Thank you so much. Or can one of the mods put a link to the website article? That would be great to go along with this topic. The Cade Cadet. Thank you so much for getting in here with a £5 super chat. Thank you very much, Cake Cadet. He says Ten Hag has the biggest clean-up act since the Wombles. Hey, thank you, Cake Cadet. Fair play to you, my son. Oh man, yeah, it's gonna be like, it might even be a bigger cleanup job than the fucking BP oil spill of the 90s or whatever, mate. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna take a big old mop to clean up this mess. Let's hope that he's packing one. Let's hope that he has got the minerals to be able to get a lot of these players out. And let's face it, there's some players that we don't even know if they're still going to be here next season, such as, say, Harry Maguire. Let's ask the live chat, do you think Harry Maguire will be a Manchester United player next season? Yes or no, guys? Because there's a big, well, he's contracted for a long time. He's on a lot of the money. He's our captain. So would you really expect him to be sold off in the summer straight away? I don't know. He should be, though. He should absolutely be sold off in the summer. We should be looking to get somebody else in. But are there going to be a host of clubs lining up to take the human slabinator off of you? I personally don't think there will be. So, you know, you've got to look at that as well and say, hey, some of these players, even if we want them gone, even if Ten Hag wants them gone, he might not actually be able to get them gone. Plus, it depends on what the board is saying as well. Sometimes they just like having a certain player around the club for whatever reasons, non-football reasons. I don't think anybody's got Harry Maguire around for commercial reasons, though, because what a gash precedent that is. Right, nice. So there you go, 26 years of age. He's been playing a lot for them. Obviously, he is part of their team, but he's playing for fierce rivals at the end of the day, guys. And whether or not he would come, that is a big question. So we'd have to wait and see if that could happen. It's possible. So it says something like, we've got an article here from the Express that says, the academy graduate is poised to quit sports agency Palm Sports Management, with Stella Group, one of the leading contenders, to take him as a client. And with Stella having links to United in Luke Shaw, Dean Henderson and Anthony Elanga, that could work in the Red Devils' favour. I mean, maybe, but really it's going to come down to Kalvin Phillips, his family, his thoughts. Will he be that proper turncoat Leeds scummer who's Leeds through and through, who's grown up Leeds? And will he go and play for Manchester United, the bitter rivals of Leeds? I mean, I can't see it happening, guys. I'm going to be honest. Maybe, but I mean, we do need a player like that. He is obtainable because he's playing for a lesser team. I can't see him wanting to come and play for Manchester United, guys. I mean, maybe from an individual point of view for his career, it's absolutely the best move. If Man United come knocking, if he can have a big hand in being a part of a special Manchester United side over the next 5 years, then why wouldn't he want to do that rather than go and stay at shitty Leeds who are going to be contending with getting readied all the time, etc. So, in my opinion, they've just got to make a look at they've just got to look at the bigger picture. Him and his agent, his family, they have to say, yeah, okay, there is going to be a lot of backlash, there will be a lot of hate, but at the end of the day, it's for his career. It's a better move for his career, isn't it? Barnes says, why would he come pick? He should go to PSG. Man, PSG got enough bloody players, haven't they? In all fairness. Thank you, Rush Money, for putting that link in the live chat, you absolute don. I really appreciate that. Get in there. Let me just pin that to the top. Thank you so much, by the way, the K Cadet, for your super chat there. You're an absolute legend. Jonathan Gallagher has been a member of the channel for 14 months. And he says, thank you, Jonathan. Can we get a hashtag 14 months in there as well? He says, people slag off Fred, but we need his personality, says Jonathan Gallagher. Yeah, he's a real nice guy. What do you mean, though? His personality? Okay, no, we don't, mate. You know what we need? He's too nice. We need a bunch of bastards, mate. That's what we need. No, Jonathan, fair enough. I know what he said. We actually need his, his approach, his mentality. We need more of that. We need more players who have a little bit about them and who are willing to fight and who put the shifts in and who have the effort levels, the work rate. So I totally agree there. And he does approach the games with the right mentality. I think you mean mentality rather than personality, mate. He is a really nice guy, but I don't want a team of nice guys. I want a few nice guys in there, but I want a team of winners. I want a team of bastards. You know what I mean? I want a team of players, Roy Keane, people like that, people who are willing to fight tooth and nail for your club and who are maybe a little bit nasty. Tenacity, that's right, Madhouse. Players with a bit of tenacity. Mark Harris, thank you very much for getting in here with your super chat again. He says, Ralph in for Ricky Gervais. Controversial life. Hey, fair play, Mark Harris. Don't really know what you're on about, but hey, thanks so much for the $2 super chat, you legend. Nathan comments, I think if Rice is valued at 150 million, Phillips might not be a bad option for 50 mil. Same price as Fred, but I know which one I would rather have. Definitely. Nobody's going to pay that sort of money for Declan Rice. It'd be insane. I'd expect a whole tank of worth of Rice for that sort of money. But in regards to Phillips, somebody said he could go to PSG. I don't really see PSG looking to bring him in. I think PSG are looking for just stars on free transfers and shit like that a lot of the time. And just trying to, bring in huge name players like big Galactico type players. I'm not really too sure if Kalvin Phillips fits in with that mold, but hey, maybe. Lots of people disagreeing with each other in the live chat. Hey, good morning there, Footboy Brownie. How you doing as well? Thank you for getting in here. Oh, nice one there, Rushmana. Let's get that in the pin to the top of the live chat, by the way. Thank you very much, Rushy, for putting the link to the article in there. Everyone, if you want to read the article, there's the latest news as well. Let's just pin it to the top of live chat. Boom. Kalvin Phillips to make switch to Manchester United, question mark. That's an article on the website if you want to check it out. Gungshi's getting in here with a morning super chat. Hello there, Gungshi the only man. He says, cheeky super chat donation only for the pig. I'm just listening for now as I'm driving. Get in there, my son. Get in there, the mighty Hamada. Gungshi, you fucking absolute hero. Come on. Gungshi, thanks so much for the morning love there. Have a great drive, mate. Thank you very much for joining us for the Bacon Express this morning, my friend. A bit of big pig breakfast. Footboy Brownie, how you doing? Good morning, man. Good morning. Everyone, thank you for joining. Let me get back into the news. We've got another super chat from Anthony Kaufman. He says where we're going to end up in the league this year, pig. We're probably going to end up 5th or 6th, mate. Yeah. Even if we do have a decent run to the end of the season. Let's face it, we've got Chelsea tomorrow. Chelsea are fighting more realistically for top 4 places, obviously, than us. And so are we expected with how bad we've been to get any result against Chelsea tomorrow? I don't think that we will. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I don't want to be too pessimistic, but this United side, based on how we've done in the last few games and stuff, I can't see us getting a result against Chelsea. So for that reason, I think 5th or 6th. Unfortunately, that's where I'm thinking Manchester United will finish. What about you guys? Let me hear your thoughts. Where did Man United end up this season? Anthony Kaufman, thank you so much for that super chat, though, bud. You're a legend. Yeah, that's right, Gungshi. We need some bastards. Okay, so I'm going to get back into the live chat real quick, guys. We are going to have a big Q&A at the end as well, but I just want to cover the latest news, or the latest sort of transfer information and goings on at the club. But Man United are understood to have had an interest in Kalvin Phillips, and there's a £50 million sort of transfer target or figure that is put on this guy's head at this moment in time. According to reports from The Athletic, that's what he's worth, that's what Leeds would maybe accept, and that's what perhaps Manchester United would be willing to go to. He is an England international. He has obviously been utilised well by Southgate in the last major tournament, of course. In the Euros, he was really, really good for us, and he was very impressive, and he's had a good season again. I don't think he's played in every single game, but he's had a good strong season for Leeds and one of their better performers. So definitely, if you're going to go and raid some of the lower teams, maybe he would be a good acquisition. We do need to sign a new midfielder, of course. Several new midfielders, in my opinion. Even if this guy does come in, yeah, that's okay. But then we do need to get somebody more sort of box to box, perhaps somebody more who can get those assists and get those goals for you from the centre mid as well. Because he's not really that sort of guy. Obviously, he's going to be that robust, industrious player who's winning the ball back and playing out from the back and getting you going. But there you go. £50 million could be the amount of money that it takes to bring this guy in. I'd be very happy to see more acquisitions and more players coming in. We need 2 proper central midfielders, if you ask me. A more defensive-minded, sort of destructive player like this guy, and then maybe a more creative player as well. It wouldn't hurt to get 2 players like that who can do a bit of both, though. Like, for instance, Ruben Neves would be another good player to sign, or you could get Tielemans. He could be a more sort of creative player for you as well. But there you go. So this is a report here, guys. Let me just get this up on the screen for you so you can see. So this is from The Athletic. The sense of formal Man United approach for Kalvin Phillips could happen in the summer is gathering substance. United have begun exploring via intermediaries the prospect of a transfer worth £50 million, although there's been no direct contact between the clubs or Phillips. So, no direct contact at this moment in time, just speculation again, but also lots of different reports and sources suggesting that United are strongly considering at least an option, Kalvin Phillips from Leeds. So there you go, testing the waters maybe. They have to speak with representatives, even decide, hey, does this guy want to go and play for huge, bitter, arch nemesis rivals in Man United if he's a through and through Leeds scummer? That's a big question, isn't it, guys? Hey there, Ellie. Good morning there, Ellie and Barnes and Sean Casey. A lot of legends getting in here. Ellie, how you doing? And everyone, thank you for joining us, guys. Yeah, do drop a like on the video if you're just getting in the video. And give it a share around on social media. Help us compete with the clickbait merchants and the shithouses and the corporation channels by dropping a cheeky little like on it. You know it makes sense. Okay, So there you go. The centre forward approach is being made. It could happen. This is what's been reported as well by Laurie Whitwell. He says Kalvin Phillips is on Manchester United's list of midfield targets this summer, but given his deep Leeds links, would he cross the divide? So, full look on the intrigue and analysis. Obviously, that's on The Athletic. But, this is being talked about. It's a possibility. It's an option. United have got the interest there. He is a good player. He's an industrious player. He is a sort of character that we're looking for. Somebody that's not shy of a tackle. Somebody that's, got an engine on them. Somebody that works really, really hard. That's what you want. We need to get some players who actually want to fight tooth and nail for United now. Too many hangers on. Too many fucking Klingons. Too many fucking absolute bloody pebble dashers. There's a bunch of freaking shithousers in this football club that need to go. And if we're going to improve this team, getting some people with some bollocks, a little bit of fight and tenacity in their bellies wouldn't really hurt, would it? So, somebody like him would be decent. I'm not saying it's a great option because I think there's better options out there. But it also, Laurie Whitwell says, a conversation about Phillips' future with Leeds will wait until the end of the season. He's understood to be strongly considered changing the agency which represents him with Stella Group, a leading contender to take him on. So that's quite interesting. So if those reports are true, and he is actually on the verge of ending his relationship with his current agency and maybe looking at getting a new agency, perhaps to sort out a new big money move or something like that, then it's possible that you could see him look to move. Whether or not that's to Manchester United or not, I don't know, because as we've said, he is a full-on Leeds through and through scummer. And because he's a Leeds scummer through and through, it's quite unlikely, in my opinion, that he would want to come and play for Manchester United. But stranger things have happened, guys. Stranger things have happened. But in regards to who I would like to see coming in the midfield, we've got some news on some other players as well. So I personally think we should go for Ruben Neves instead. I think Ruben Neves would be a great, great signing for Manchester United. Similar sort of price. He's robust, plays in every game, has done for years. He's in his mid-20s. He's a little bit younger, but he's still, he's a very seasoned player. He's a good seasoned Premier League player who is absolutely ready, I think, to take the step up to a bigger club. And United are looking at different players this summer. We can't go and sign Billy Big Bollocks from whoever for, Declan Rice for 150. We can't really do that. You've got to sign a bunch of different players to improve the overall squad. Ruben Neves might be able to be had for a similar amount of money. Let me just get a little poll going in the live chat, guys. But just quickly, before I get it up there on the top, let us know, guys. Who do you think who would you rather sign if you could just sign one or the other? Would it be Phillips or would it be Neves? Let me know your thoughts and opinions. So for me, it would be Neves because I think he's just better, but also in terms of all-round play as well. Like he can get you a cheeky little goal. He can get you a few assists and stuff, but he's also quite robust defensively. Whereas Kalvin Phillips, I see him more as a ball winner, more as a somebody who's going to be more of a deep line playmaker type, but not really advancing too much up there type thing. So, but anyway, let's have a look. I mean, it depends. Let's have a little look. See. Who would you rather? Let's just put Neves in there. Neves and Phillips. See what you guys are saying. Susan Lively Sue says Neves. Oh, Sean says Basuma. That wasn't the question, was it? Hey, but fair enough. That's also a good shout, mate. There's also a bunch of other great mentions and picks. Conrad Lehmer's a good option from the Bundesliga. Yes, lots of reports saying we're maybe interested in going for him as well. Milinkovic Savic over in Serie A as well is another good option too. Tad Bakes, hello there, Tad Bakes. There's also people do you know United don't pay 50 million up front, don't you? We pay half, then pay the rest over a few years. That's so damn true, Tad Bakes, lad. So true, mate. Yeah, well, maybe we could include a player in the deal, though. Now, think about that. Like, if Leeds were going to lose a player, I know we always talk about this, and it very rarely happens. Like, when's the last time a deal was actually done where there's a proper exchange? Somebody tell me. Oh, Alexis Sanchez and Mkhitaryan, right? Was that a proper... It all happened at the same... More or less, that was a swap, actually, in a way. So, not quite. Obviously, they bought him, and we sort of signed... I can't quite remember, but it's been a while. It doesn't usually happen that much. But I'm just saying, look, United have got a bunch of one-away players. Wolves are a good standard team. Plenty of players, I'm sure, would want to go and play for Wolves or Leeds, for that matter of fact, right? If you've got a couple of players that you could get off Phil Jones playing for Leeds or something like that. I mean, guys. Or, there's a few players. Diogo Dalot, I could see ending up at Wolves, something like that. If maybe Ten Hag comes in and doesn't think that Dallow's the sort of guy to go for at right back going forward because he can't defend to save his life, which is true in my opinion, then maybe he would like to move him on. I think Wolves would be interested in Diogo Dalot, just saying. Portuguese vibes. One Portuguese guy out the door, another Portuguese guy coming in. Suits everybody, doesn't it? So I'm just saying, look, there is money to be spent here at United, but even if we have, I say, 150 million budget, that's going to get chewed up pretty quickly by signing a few players like Ruben Neves or like even Kalvin Phillips. These guys, £50 million. It's a huge amount of money to spend each time. So, yeah, we're going to have to do some frugal business. We're going to have to sign a couple of cheaper players here and there as well. We're going to have to strengthen the overall squad. Ruben Neves would be a good addition for, 40 or 50 million pounds. But any more money than that, and it's just getting a little bit silly because we have to strengthen all different areas of the team. But let's have a look at this piece of information we've got coming out today as well, guys, which is Ruben Neves is crazy about joining Barcelona, apparently. So we've got information. George Mendes, super agent George Mendes, is reportedly ready to explore this deal, right, guys, in terms of trying to get Neves to Barcelona. That is what's been reported by a few different outlets, including Sport, who say that the 25-year-old's crazy to make the switch to Camp Nou, with Mendes left to find a proposal which suits all parties. The report claims that Wolves hold an interest in a number of Barcelona players, such as various different players such as Piggy and different players like that, and also maybe even Longley, a couple of other players apparently they've got an interest in. And they already signed Semedo and Francisco Trincao from them in recent years, so there is a bit of a relationship there. Furthermore, of course, we know that Xavi, of course, maybe would be an interest, or Xavi's supposed to have some sort of an interest in him as a longer-term replacement, maybe for Sergio Busquets. So so there you go, guys. We have got a little piece of information. It came out yesterday, in all fairness, but just in regards to maybe where Neves is thinking of going. And this is the thing with Manchester United and the issues we have right now. You saw what happened with Rudiger the other day. Well, Rudiger was a player that Man United could definitely do with and would definitely strengthen our team, I think. Okay, maybe it's because he was a Chelsea player. It's one of the reasons why he didn't come. Maybe we weren't offering as much money, but at the end of the day, he's not really looking to come to Manchester United right now because, unfortunately, we're in a rebuilding period. We also don't have Champions League football. So if you're a player that is accustomed to Champions League football, or a player that doesn't have Champions League football, such as Ruben Neves, who wants to take the step up and play Champions League football, and you're approached by two teams, and one of them is Manchester United right now, who doesn't have Champions League football, the other one's Barca, who will have Champions League football, well, what would you do? That's the thing. Like, Manchester United are not in the strongest position right now. Yes, we are sniffing around for these lesser players. I think Ruben Neves, when you look at the grand scheme of things, he's plays for a smaller club. He's not seemingly wanted by everyone for 100 million and all the rest of it. He's obviously a slightly down the list player. But even these slightly down the list players, I think, could be snapped up by other teams because of the position that Manchester United find themselves in. It's not very good. Ryan says we can still finish fourth. Well, okay, we can still finish fourth. I mean, if we beat Chelsea and all the other results go our way and we win all our games and the other teams around completely bottle it, then yeah, we can still get top four, mate, but it's just super unlikely. It's about as likely as, I don't know, Harry Maguire actually being good and winning the Ballon d'Or next season. It's not very likely, I don't think, that United get top four. It's very unlikely, in fact. Hey, I love your optimism, though. I love your optimism. It's not completely out of the question, so you're absolutely right about that. Right, okay, so Ruben Neves, guys, is crazy about joining Barcelona, apparently. Super agent Mendes has come out and said that, and Mendes has reportedly been working hard for months on a transfer deal to get Wolves midfielder Ruben Neves to Barcelona. The agent is working to make the deal a reality for the La Liga club in the summer, according to various different Spanish outlets. So there you go, including Sport and several other places. But Barcelona... yeah, they've got an interest in him, guys. They've got an interest in him, which is another target for United, which has another team sniffing around them, which is a big shame. So this is it. United have to act swiftly in the summer as well. I think get a lot of this business done right at the start of the window. Yeah, Phillips or Rice would be happy with anyone. Yeah, fair play, Scott Kent. Listen, the thing is about Declan Rice is he's just too much bloody money, mate. Oh, shit, Michael Myers, thank you very much for getting in with a super chat, mate. Sorry, guys, I've got to catch up. There's a few super chats coming. I apologise. Let me go and catch up. You're a bunch of legends. Thank you all for the super chats here. Michael Myers getting in here from down under. He says, "G'day, Pig Legend. Without being smart, United should realise big money does not mean good quality in players. Klopp is an example of that, spending-wise. Well, fair play, Michael Myers. Klopp has spent a bit less than obviously the other top teams, and he's done really well, and he's signed the right sort of players. Some of them are big money signings, but they're all the right sort of players, more or less, and they have got a very good record of recruitment. Fair enough, Michael, but he's also a good manager. I mean, Manchester United do not have a good record of recruitment, and we've also struggled in that department just in terms of like being able to get the best out of these players that we've actually got. So I think, yeah, it's a combination of things, but also, you're right. Big money doesn't guarantee you anything. We need to sign the right sorts of players. That's why we're talking about maybe players like Kalvin Phillips. Kalvin Phillips isn't the sort of guy that's going to get you the huge marquee headlines or maybe even sell the shirts, etc. But he's the sort of guy that we need. He's somebody that's like a hard-working, industrious midfielder that likes to get stuck in, and we are lacking that, aren't we? So yeah, fair play, Michael Myers, you absolute scoomer. Fair play, you Liverpool scoomer. But hey, respect. Thanks for getting in. I really appreciate that. Let's get a sue in the chat there for Michael. Grace Sheridan. Thank you so much, Grace Sheridan, for joining us today. She says, I would pick up Kamara. He's free and plays CDM. Thank you so much again there, Grace Sheridan, for the super chat. Kamara, fair play, yeah. In the summer, he will be available. That's it. I mean, if you're looking at good options, good cheap options, youngsters who could have a good future in the game, who are cheap, who offer us something that, we don't have right now, but also may in the future grow into a really good player. I think, yeah, looking at Kamara would be a good option, actually, Grace. He is a cheap player. He is young. He is getting better, but he's also going to be probably wanted by a lot of the top clubs as well because of that situation. But absolutely, United should try and go and get some of these types of players, man. I totally agree. Kate Cadet, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, we don't want big names. We want big personalities. Spot on. You're right, Kate Cadet. We don't need these big Hollywood names right now. I don't want Brad Pitt coming in at centre-back to replace fucking Slappy Maguire. We've already tried some of these big names as well in recent years. It's not worked out. I couldn't agree more, Kate Cadet. We need like proper players now, hungry players, committed players, even bastard players. A couple of players who are just a little bit nasty, got a little bit of bite about them. I think we need some real warriors out there for Manchester United. Players who are going to get somebody round the throat in the dressing room and say, Slappy, you're a fucking absolute melt. Sort your bloody life out, son. That's it. I'm making the manager sub you off second half. You do that again, etc. That's what you need, or hopefully they don't have to say that because Slappy will be gone. But I'm just saying that's the sort of guys that we need. David Stewart says, Flying Pig, you need European football, mate. Without that, you will struggle to attract top quality. It's a massive rebuild and the manager will need time. Totally agree with everything you said. We do need a massive rebuild, and we are the chances of us signing the top players or players that maybe are competing we're competing with other clubs for is slightly less, obviously, because of the fact we don't have top four. But as I said it recently, United is a bit of a different animal, even if we're where we are right now. We're such a huge club, we're such a huge name, we can pay well, and it's still an absolutely fantastic opportunity for any player coming in to play for Manchester United. It's not really expected we're going to be out of the Champions League for long. Okay, we'll probably be in Europa League gash next season, but after that, I would hope, anyway, who knows, it could take longer than this, but I would hope that we would be in the Champions League again the season after. So we'll have to wait and see, obviously, how Ten Hag does and how the rebuild goes. But I would hope that's my hope anyway, is that we can somehow get into Champions League again. It's like we are a big club, and even if we don't have Champions League football, we can still sign huge players. And these are the players we're talking about here, Neves, Kalvin Phillips, these sorts of guys we can definitely sign anyway. They're not playing for top Champions League teams. The only thing is if a big club wants to go in for them, then it's going to give us too much competition, perhaps. Luexen, how are you doing today? Get in there, Sue. Hope you're doing well. One of the latest channel members. Get in. Susan Lively Sue says, if they stop the BS and start playing, they could get fourth. Precisely. They had no choice. Tad says, Marky Harris. The first team know they're out, so why play? That's sad. I think that's disgusting, actually. I agree. Like, Pogba knew he was going. A lot of these players know they're going. Lingard knows he's going. Mata knows he's going. All the rest. Like, they all know they're going, so are they really fighting for the team and fighting for the manager like players with a point to prove? Just look at, say, I don't know, I'm just thinking of a team like Newcastle, right? Since Eddie Howe's come in, Newcastle United have played pretty well, haven't they? Okay, they did spend a lot of money in January. They did get a new bunch of signings. I mean, I don't know, but if you look at the turnaround they've had, I mean, when they came in, they were absolutely bottle jobbing it, looking likely that they could maybe get relegated, right? Now look at them. They're actually in 9th place. I mean, they're all players that are fighting for something. I think they're fighting to show the new team and the new manager that, hey, I want to be here next season. I want to be part of this Moneybags FC. I want to be part of this and get these huge contracts and get this fucking big, this big payday and get this, be part of this team that's being built over the next few years. They all seem like they're bang up for it. Obviously, Eddie Howe's a really good manager as well, but they all seem bang up for it. Whereas United players, what have they got to play for? They're all going as soon as top four's gone. Even some of the ones who are here are just like, fuck it. What have they got to play for? They're all leaving. They're not here. They only had a substitute teacher in anyway, just overseeing things for the season. It was an interim season. Never mind an interim manager. It's just been an interim season, this one. That's exactly what it is. It's a fucking absolute pathetic thing to witness. But anyway, so if you look at that, though, Newcastle, it's totally different. They set up the system, like the way that their players seem hungry and the way that their players are fighting to play next season, fighting to play in Eddie Howe's plans next season, is completely different to the vibe of Man United right now. For a start, we don't even have a manager who's here next season, and we've got a lot of players who are definitely going this season or who are want away in the summer. It's an absolute debacle. No wonder we couldn't get the best out of these players with half of them wanting to go. It's just unbelievable, isn't it? Just unbelievable. Right, guys. Hey, we're on our way to 100 likes. Keep dropping the thumbs up if you're just joining us. Let me just pop back into the live chat very quickly for a minute just to see what's going on here. I can see that 68% of the vote would rather Ruben Neves at the moment. I think he's better all round. I think he has got maybe a bit more technique, maybe a little bit better on the ball, dribbling wise and stuff like that as well. But you know what? Pass, I think Kalvin Phillips is a very good passer. Ruben Neves is a great passer. They're both good defensively. Maybe Phillips got the slight edge in terms of tenacity or, like physicality. But I think Neves makes up for it in just all-round quality. So for those reasons, I would go with Neves as well. Keep voting, guys. Thank you so much for getting in here. A lot of great comments coming in this morning. Manny Drexler, what's going on? Well, we'll see. We'll see. I wouldn't put it past Arsene Hollands to absolutely shit the bed and bottle job it big time. This is Arsene Hollands we're talking about. That's what they do. So, come on. Although, yeah, okay, Man United are looking like we're bang out the running. Stranger things have happened than Arsenal absolutely shitting the end of the season and maybe allowing the door open for some of these other teams that are behind them right now. So we'll have to wait and see. I would expect Arsenal to have a couple of bottle jobs left in them, in all fairness. DJ Disco Dave getting in here raw with a super chat this morning. Thank you, Dave. He comments, we should spend the money on top quality scouts that will find bargains. No point replacing divas with new divas. Just end up being toxic again, in my opinion. Great shout, Disco Dave. Yeah, that's it. I don't really want to see us go and sign the types of players like, say, Harry Kane or, any of those big name players that are sort of looking to get away for whatever reason at their clubs, because they're just too wrapped up in their own crap. And they're all looking for a big contract, and are they really there? We want hungry players who are sort of young and hungry. That's what we want. But I agree, man. Scouts getting new people and getting new players, finding new gems. You can find them. Other teams seem to have recruited. Other top teams seem to have recruited really well over the last couple of years, and United have recruited really badly. We do need to approach that system in a new way. Paul Mitchell is a man, obviously, over at Monaco that's being talked about, somebody that could come in and help oversee things like that for us. We need to get more football men in there, better recruitment. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with getting better recruitment. I think United need to look at all different football aspects of the club and try and make a real strive to improve every area of the team. So absolutely, recruitment, behind the scenes, and everywhere. Thank you, Rushmana Uton. You should keep Maguire as captain. Absolutely not. I don't think Ten Hag going to do that. I think Ten Hag will come in and, at the very least, even if we can't find a buyer for Harry Maguire, if there's no offers, or even if the board want to keep Harry Maguire because he's an asset and he's on 180k a week and they don't want to just let him rot away and be another Phil Jones, even if they want Ten Hag to try and play him, which might happen, I don't think he's going to get given the captaincy, guys. I think he'll strip him of the captaincy and give it to somebody else for sure. He can't handle coming in here and starting off his Manchester United career as manager with knowing, it doesn't take a genius to see that 99% of people think that Harry Maguire is probably not the right man to be captain. Let's just have a little vote in the live chat, guys. Who do you think should be Manchester United captain? Let me know. If you think it's Maguire, put Maguire. If you think it's Ronaldo, Bruno, De Gea, Varane, fucking anyone else, then put that in there instead. But I don't think many people actually want to see Harry Maguire be captain yet. Rangnick did it and Ollie did it and they kept doing it and they're stubborn. If Erik Ten Hag comes in and can't see that and doesn't do that and does what they've done and doesn't strip him of the captaincy, then he's already off to a bad start, if you ask me. He's got to come in. At the very least, even if he's going to play Maguire, even if he's going to stick him around the club, you've got to take the captaincy of him and give it to somebody who's more deserving of it. Somebody who sets a higher standard. Somebody who demands a higher standard. Somebody who's not a complete melter and lets the team down every single week. That's what you want. You want somebody like Cristiano Ronaldo. He's the guy dragging the team forward. He's the guy leading, really. He's the guy demanding and handling himself in the most professional of ways. Shouldn't he be captain based on just deserving it? Or are you going to let somebody like a fucking complete Easter Island head have it? Oh, thank you, Eddie. Oh, yes, thank you so much. Oh, yes, I read that, haven't I? Yeah, sorry, I'm just catching up. Michael Myers has got in here as well. Thank you very much, Michael Myers, for joining us. Crikey. Again, getting in here raw. He says, sneaky dono for the Mark Harris Bourbon Fund. Michael Myers, thank you so much for that, mate. I think he's on that top end stuff, you know. You're a legend. Thank you, Michael Myers. Let's get another Sue in the chat. Appreciate the support, man. Jarvis Cocker, watch new, mate. Hey, we're going to do a rundown of all the latest stuff in a minute. I'm just talking about Neves and of course, we're talking about Kalvin Phillips and a bunch of stuff. Mark Harris says, thanks, Michael. We'll drain cask. Get in. Hey, Mark Harris, get in there. Have one for me, son. Thank you very, very much for the super chat again. Crikey. Susan Lively, Susan, they need to find players that will suit Erik ten Hag's system that don't cost a lot and can be developed. Great call, Susan. Maybe if you're talking about players that suit his system, what better players to bring in than players that are already playing in his system, eh? Players like Anthony. Players like Jurriën Timber, 20-year-old centre-back who could maybe take the step up if he's good enough, if Ten Hag thinks he would be good enough for the Premier League, which is a big if. Okay, so a couple of people, probably trolls. Yeah, Manny Drax, he's a troll, getting Maguire in there. So nobody really thinks Maguire should be captain. Only one troll. Everyone else, Ryan Mann, Philip Chapman, Ellie, Andrikos, Gungshi, they all say either Bruno or Ronaldo. So I couldn't agree more. De Gea's a good one as well. Oh, thank you, Rushmana. We got a transfer update on regards to Ruben Neves. Let's take a look at this as well. Okay, wow. So at this moment in time, we've got an update here from Samuel Luckhurst from the MEN. Wow. Thank you very much. Hey, look, we're ahead of the game already. You what? Okay, Arsenal, right? Oh, bastards. Right, let's have a look at this as well. So, guys, I'm just going to update this very quickly so you guys can see what the latest bit of information that's come out, but it's pretty much what we're talking about now anyway. You see this, Ruben Neves is crazy about joining Barcelona, and George Mendes trying to make a possibility for the client. Wolves and Portugal midfielder is also a target for Manchester United, but we have had some more information come out in regards to Neves here. Thank you so much, Rushmani, for the updates. And we have got this one, which is from Samuel Luckhurst from the MEN and Manchester Evening News. It says, Wolves are considering replacements for Ruben Neves as they expect him to leave this summer. Arsenal and Barcelona are the only clubs to have registered their concrete interest, but the players' representatives would welcome an approach from Manchester United. That's from Samuel Luckhurst. So, yeah, that's exactly what I've just told you guys. That's exactly what we've been talking about. The fact that George Mendes, the representative of Ruben Neves, I think Samuel Luckhurst might be watching this show, guys. I'm just kidding. Ruben Neves, as they expect him to leave in the summer. So they're talking about, Ruben Neves and the situation there in regards to the agent saying that he's been working on a deal with Barcelona for a few months. That's what it comes down to. And the fact that Neves is crazy about playing for Barcelona and that he would love to play for Barcelona. So because of that, that makes it, kind of likely if they really did want to come in, if Xavi likes what he sees in regards to Ruben Neves and they want to take the plunge, then yeah, he's probably going to go there instead of going to Manchester United because, well, it's a sexy place to go and play your football for a start, but also it is an opportunity there to have a bit of a rebuild of their own. They're not as far off as Manchester United in the terms of, well, it's easier for them to finish top four every single season whilst rebuilding and trying to challenge Real for the title, etc., than it is for United. So it's an attractive proposition. He wants to play there. If that's the case, it might be a bit difficult for us to, it might be a bit difficult for us to compete because we don't have Champions League football. But then again, depends on what Ruben Neves wants. If he's the sort of guy that is committed to, to accolades and he's done quite good things in the Premier League, he likes the Premier League, maybe he wants to continue playing in the Premier League, or maybe he doesn't. But either way, we'll have to wait and see in regards to that one. But I would be quite disappointed to see Ruben Neves go to Barcelona. And by the way, Arsenal, you what? Arsenal looking to try and get in the deal. I mean, that is quite worrying. So Luckhurst actually says that the only players who have registered concrete interest, the only teams to have registered concrete interest in the player right now are indeed Arsenal and Barcelona. But the players represented would welcome an approach from Manchester United. So there you go. He's, there you go. He's welcome. They're open to an approach, but Man United would have to make a good offer. If there is an offer from Barcelona, then perhaps he would rather go and play for Barcelona. I don't think he'd rather go and play for Arsenal instead of Man United, even if Arsenal had top four. Arsenal are just going to bottle out of the fucking Champions League group stage anyway, guys. They're not going to do anything. They've never won the Champions League, you know. They're not going to go on and win the Champions League or probably even have a good run in it, I think. Mikel Arteta probably bottle out group stage, I think. So, so in my humble opinion, what's the point? Just to go and play in the shitting group stage for a couple of months? Nah, he might as well come to United, be part of this Ten Hag rebuild. So yeah, I would like to see it. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you would like to see Ruben Neves join Manchester United in this summer then. Let us know your thoughts. Okay, let me just get into the chat very quickly. Make sure I've not missed anything here. Legends. That says to me, Arsenal holders are okay, but I prefer Manchester United. Exactly, Rush Manu, yeah. So Barca and Arsenal have concrete interest, but please come and get me, Man United, so I don't have to go to those shit houses. That's the sort of vibe I'm feeling as well. Yeah, that's right. And he says passionate means you feeling strongly about something, support something wholeheartedly. It doesn't mean to find something attractive. That is absolutely true. That is true. Unless you're talking about a night of passion. Arsenal for Life's in here as well, says Down Thumb. Hey, nice one, Arsenal for Life. I wouldn't expect anything less than you absolute gooner scummer. Thank you for getting in here, though. No, seriously, though, thanks for joining. In all fairness, hey, look, I wouldn't go to Arsenal if I was Ruben Neves. Sorry to just slag you off a little bit here, even if you've got top four. Man, I mean, I don't know about that, man. I don't think it's a very stable environment to play your football. Maybe Arteta is doing a really good rebuild job. He has got rid of a lot of the cash. They have got a lot of really great young players at the club. Maybe he'll continue to grow them and then do good stuff. But I just look at Arteta's management overall at the club. And I personally just feel like he's a mediocre. I personally think he's just like, yeah, they do take a couple of steps forward. There's always a cheeky step back. And they stumble around a little bit. They win, they go on a run. There's no consistency there. And they can't defend. So I don't think he's a great manager. And I think he's probably going to struggle with them next season. But I could be wrong. Look, who knows? I thought United would definitely finish above Arsenal this season. I thought they definitely would. So the fact that we haven't, maybe who knows what's going to happen at the end of the day. Okay, so... yeah, United should get Delight. Do you mean delict? I think you mean delict. I said Matty, nice one. Yeah, good shout. Michael Myers, thank you for getting in here with another super chat. He says, fact, if you support Arsenal, Chelsea or Harry Maguire, you weren't brought up right. Give yourself a triple uppercut. Tyson Fury yourself, lads. Dillian White yourself. You know what I'm saying? Michael Myers, thanks so much for that, man. And yeah, great shout. Arsenal, Chelsea, yeah. Oh, you forgot Liverpool there, Michael Myers, mate. There you go, Acid Matty. Even the Ajax midfielder Gravenberch. Joel Thomas says, Pig, would you take Luke de Jong? At United, says Joel Morris. I mean, I'd take all the de Jongs. I'd take all the de Jongs, my son. Let's get that total football Dutch vibe going. You know what I mean? I'd take all the de Jongs, all the Delicts, all the Vans. You know, if I could take them all. Joel Morris, thank you so much for your super chat, mate. I mean, yeah, there's Luke de Jong, there's Frankie de Jong. I mean, it depends if Eric Ten Hag thinks that these Dutch players, you know, that he's worked with previously, are possibly going to do the bits for us. Then I would feel happy that he would go and get him in. You know, I'd feel happy to go get him in, but I don't know about Luke de Jong. I'd definitely take Frankie de Jong. I'd take Frankie de Jong. And if we could get a whole bunch of other good sort of players that he's worked with, which there's talks of Anthony, there's talks of Gravenberch, there's talks of Allah. So actually, let's talk about this for a quick moment, guys, because there is some reports coming out today about Sebastian Allah. So we know about Sebastian Allah. You know, he had a bit of a gash time at West Ham. He sold to Ajax. They signed him from West Ham, signed him from Eintracht Frankfurt, I think, where he was smashing up the goals. He's a bit disappointed at West Ham. They sold him to Ajax. He's already been in the Premier League before. He's already sort of shat it. And of course, Ten Hag came and got him. But there are reports to suggest that, Sebastian Aller is a target as an option to maybe some of the more expensive strikers that we're talking about for the summer. So we've talked about some players like Darwin Núñez. Well, Darwin Núñez is a great player, and he's 22 years of age, and he's scoring so many goals that he looks like such a prospect. He would be a great signing. But if they truly want 100 million euros for him, maybe United won't be prepared to pay that, and maybe that money would be better spent just looking elsewhere, overall strengthening different areas of the team. I personally think Darwin would be a fantastic signing. But Manchester United are reportedly interested in moving for him because of this link with Ten Hag. This is a report that's come out this morning. 27-year-old represented West Ham United between 2019 and 21, but found it difficult to make his mark with the Hammers, netting only 14 times and 54 appearances before moving to Ajax. Aller has reignited his career in the Netherlands, though, scoring 46 and registering 16 in 62 appearances for the Dutch outfit, including 33 strikes and 9 assists in all competitions this term. So we know that he's had a fantastic season. If you play FIFA, you'll know that he's had a fantastic season with getting informs and stuff like that. He scored a lot of goals this season. The Ivory Coast international still has more than 3 years left to run on his deal in the Netherlands for Ajax, but there's a lot of speculation coming out around about him just simply because, well, Erik Ten Hag could be tempted to go for him if there's not a possibility of bringing in a really good striker for a cheap amount of money, because this guy probably would be quite cheap. Reports come out and say that he could be somewhere in the region of 35 million pounds, which is a lot less than some of the players like Darwin Núñez or Harry Kane or some of these other players that are genuinely linked to us. So he's done all right in the Champions League this season as well. Very good. He scored 11 times and 2 assists in eight appearances, with Ten Hag's side, bottling it out to Benfica in the last 16. But you look at that record, 11 goals in the Champions League this season and 2 assists in 8 appearances. That's some sensational form. Obviously, he was the goal scorer for them in that run, and they did very well in the Champions League. So, yeah, he's doing it in the Eredivisie, but also in the Champions League. Hopefully, I'd say he's a better player than when he was at West Ham. Of course he is. He's also a few years older. He's a bit wiser. But it is the Eredivisie, and, that's what you have to do. That's what you have to say. I personally think he is a good player, but I've seen so many players score banging shitload of goals in leagues like that. Leagues like the Eredivisie or the German League or wherever, and they come over here and they're bang average. Look at Memphis Depay. I mean, this could be another Memphis Depay guy situation. You know what I mean? Memphis Depay was banging in all sorts of goals over in the Eredivisie. Then again, this guy's doing it in the Champions League. He is doing it in the Champions League. He is scoring goals. He is obviously in a really great place right now in terms of his season. Ten Hag is the X factor, really. Ten Hag's got that relationship. If it wasn't for Ten Hag, I don't think United or anybody would be talking about this guy coming in. But because of Ten Hag, they are. And it is sort of semi-realistic because of that. Hey, thank you so much, Michael Myers, bud, for another super chat. He says Liverpool included. Nice one, Pig. Yes, indeed. Got to include Liverpool in those scummers, don't you? Thank you so much, Michael Myers, for getting in and showing your mad support as always. Not De Gea, though. Kate says, Ellie. What did Kate Cadet say? I don't know. Message deleted. Jonathan says, no more Dutch rejects, a.k.a. Donny van de Beek. Bang average. Jonathan, that is racist, my son. I'm just joking. I'm joking. No, you know what? That's, I personally don't think you're right there. How can you just discount a whole nation of players just for one player, Donny van de Beek, who's coming and also hasn't really had that fair of a crack at the team? You know what I mean? Hasn't had that fair of a crack at the team, has he? I mean, he's not had many chances. We looked at his minutes, never mind his appearances. We actually looked at his minutes on the pitch for Man United. I can't remember what they are now, but a couple of months ago we looked at it and it was a disgrace. He barely had any minutes. Solskjaer played him like 56 minutes this season or something before he gone to Everton. It was a fucking disgrace. So he's not had the opportunities. He deserves a try. But you can't just discredit the whole of the Netherlands for one player, can you? You can't do that. You can't discredit the whole of the Netherlands for one player. Do you remember a little guy called Robin van Persie? A little man called Ruud van Nistelrooy, my son? The Dutch are some of the best footballers in the world, in all fairness, man. And total football, that style of football, that's what I want to see at United. If Ten Hag can sign a couple of really good Dutch maestros, I'd be really happy if we ended the window with Frankie de Jong, maybe even got, a couple of these other guys that we've discussed, Julian Timber, just a couple of Dutchies. Pass the Dutchie pan the left-hand side. We need to get some Dutchies in the team. Never mind not getting any Dutchies. I think let's get more Dutch people in the side. You know, Eddie says, I love Donny. Yeah, you know, he's got something about him, hasn't he? Okay, thank you so much. And as well, in regards to Donny van de Beek, we've got a little bit of an update here from today as well from Mike McGrath of the Telegraph, which just says that Erik ten Hag is set to start pre-season with Donny van de Beek in his Manchester United squad, following his loan at Everton. Arrival of ten Hag has given Donny a lifeline. That makes sense. He's going to give him a chance. He's obviously played with him before. He knows all about him. Donny was developing really, really well under ten Hag until Manchester United came along. So, yeah, that would be no surprise at all if we start the season with Donny in the team. But I really hope that means we're not going to scrimp out in the midfield areas. I think we need to sign 2 midfielders at least, even if we're keeping the likes of Fred, McTominay and Donny. I honestly think you need to bring 2 midfielders. Yeah, we can bring Garner through as well. But strength in depth is important. Competition for places is important. And really, we need 2 really, really top draw midfielders to start in the team. Donny van de Beek, hey, look, maybe he could do it for us, but he might be a bit of a new signing for us. Maybe Ten Hag can unlock him, but I've got not much faith in Donny van de Beek, just being honest. Not that he's not a good player, but I've just not seen him do that much for United, and so for that reason, I wouldn't be surprised if he sort of struggles again. I don't know that, though. Maybe Ten Hag will get the best out of him. Why is that then, Michael Myers? He super chats and says, why don't United fans shag much, says Michael Myers. Says, oh, no. Michael Myers, sort yourself out, son. Okay, right. So, guys, hang on. Let me get back into the news here real quick. So, Man United also linked with Akanji. So, just more news coming out today, guys. Let's show you this one from Manchester Evening News. United are linked with Manuel Akanji, and he's on the verge of a move to England, apparently. So there are reports coming out about Akanji from Dortmund in terms of a centre-back signing as well. We've discussed centre-back shortlists. We've discussed players like Jurriën Timber, Pau Torres, and Akanji. These are the sorts of players that are being linked to Manchester United. So that is another report that's come out today. Plenty going on. Lots of speculation going around. Lots of rumours taking place. And maybe some of this is true. We'll have to wait and see. Kalvin Phillips, I could see there being some basis behind that story. Certainly in regards to Haller as well, just because of the fact that he would be cheap. And if Erik ten Hag wants to really, you know, go there and go to Ajax and get a couple of their players on the cheap, it might make sense. We could also offload a couple of players, swap a couple of players, essentially give them a couple of players. We have seen Daley Blind go to Ajax in recent years, etc. There's nothing to say that maybe they might want one or two of our players. If we were to go and get 2 or 3 of their players, maybe they would be happy with that as long as we gave them some of our shit players. It kind of makes sense, doesn't it? And maybe some of the players that he can go and get the best out of. There's a lot of young players at this football club as well that are not quite there, but maybe playing for Ajax, you know, is a good place for them to go and develop. So there could be deals done where we wouldn't be leaving Ajax too short. They're going to get good money for their players, but really we need to go there and raid them of a few players. So there's talks of Anthony, the Brazilian right winger, who could maybe come in and play for United as well. Another Ten Hag player who makes sense, doesn't it, with his age and potential and what he's been doing to come in. Haller's another one you could maybe see come in, I guess, if you absolutely need a striker, if you can't get anybody else. I think he's a good player. I think his season speaks for itself, but it is in the Eredivisie, and I just want to make that clear that I personally think that, you know, his previous spell in the Prem, etc., he's not convinced he's going to get you those sorts of levels of goals that he's got over in the Eredivisie over here. So, but hey, I could be wrong there. He's developed a lot over the last couple of years. He's 27 now in his prime. So it wouldn't be the worst signing if the money's right. Even talks of Gravenberch over at Ajax as well. Gravenberch, Timber. So there's 3 or 4 players right there on Ten Hag's shortlist, which are players that he's currently there with right now. And you know what it's like. If they've got that relationship there, it's hard for Ajax to keep hold of players too, because the ceiling is kind of limited. They're always losing players. They're always replenishing players and developing players to bring the next crop through anyway. So it's nothing new to them if they lose 3 players in the transfer window, in all fairness. It would just mean that Ten Hag probably pays them a decent little premium as well to sort them out. They get a good deal. Man United get a few good players, and we get them for a reasonable price as well. So, yeah, I mean, I think I could see some of those players happening, guys. I think we could see 1 or 2 of those players coming from Ajax. In fact, let's just ask the live chat. It's a fun one, isn't it? How many Ajax players do you think we sign this summer, guys? Let me know. How many Ajax players do you think that Ten Hag signs? I'm going to say 2. I don't necessarily think we'll get more than that. I think he might get 2. I think he could get Jurriën Timber And I'd say Anthony. I think he might do something like that. One says Madhouse. Yes. Kate Cadet, you're Oski, are you, mate? Kate Cadet, it says that's why he's single. Michael Myers says, because Maguire does it to you great once a week, says Michael Myers. Oh, lucky we're not in the Champions League. Sometimes it was twice a week. You know what I mean, Michael Myers? Fucking hell, Michael. Thank you very much for your super chat there. Fair enough, fair enough. Good one. Yeah, putting yourself in timeout, Michael Myers. Thank you very much. Saves me the trouble. Okay, so Manuel Akanji is on the verge of a move to the Premier League, with the MEN reporting that Manchester United are interested. And lots of places are suggesting that Hannah's available for 35 mil. Right, let's get on to some Liverpool scum and chat then. Because there's a target with a player that Manchester United were also understood to be linked to and looking at, which is Aurelien Chuamini over at Monaco. And it's understood that Liverpool have begun talks to sign Aurelien Chuamini, according to reports in France anyway. So 22-year-old is League One's most one of League One's most highly rated youngsters. And he's obviously looking to get a place in the World Cup team this year as well. A few different outlets in France reporting that Liverpool have now entered the race to sign Chuamini. So there were lots of reports he's going to Real Madrid and that Chuamini wants to go to Real Madrid. Earlier this month, some reports come out that Ten Hag has identified Chuamini as a great young player that Manchester United should look to go and get, and should look to strengthen our midfield with a player like that. That's what some reports said earlier this month. And so for those reasons, he has been linked to Manchester United, but it looks like Liverpool are apparently going in. So the report claims that Klopp's side are willing to offer a better deal to Chuamini than Real Madrid, and also Monaco. Monaco are holding out for 60 million euros, which is a 50 million pounds fee. He's been in the League One Team of the Season last year, and also he won the division's Young Player of the Year award. So this season, he's remained a key part of Monaco's midfield, and he's been in there consistently. Cesc Fabregas, who now plays for Monaco, said he has the potential to become a complete midfielder. He's a modern midfield player. Yada, 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 all the rest of it. It's understood that teams like Real Madrid are interested in him, Manchester City maybe, lots of different teams that are interested in Chuamini. So speaking about his future last month, Chuamini said this: "It is certain that I am not the same player since my arrival in Monaco. I passed caps, but I worked for a long time to get where I am today. Quite honestly, I'm not focusing on what's next. I continue to work and progress, and we will see later. I don't know. Maybe it's a discussion I need to have with the coach." So that more or less says he's going, doesn't it? That says he's going. So yeah, he's not going to stick around at Monaco. It's going to be too difficult for them to keep hold of him there. Hey, Mark Harris getting in with a $10 super chat from New Zealand VPN, my son. Thank you so much, Mark Harris. He says Liverpool have great media and interaction with fans. Man United have nothing. Sums up the clubs. Man United need a big look at themselves, says Mark Harris. Fair play, yeah. Well, it's easier for Liverpool, I guess, because for a start, they've got like a really, well, they've got that manager, don't they? That figure. It's kind of like when we had Fergie in a way, obviously not to the same extent, because Fergie's a massive legend and Klopp's a shithouse. But you know what I'm saying? Like, he is obviously, he's a great ambassador, and for those reasons, like, that just helps with the media and the PR in itself. The fact that he is a likable sort of guy for them, the fact that, he embraces the town, all that sort of stuff, So, and also, like you say, the media, it just seems like the link between players, fans, and the club is just better for some reason. I think it's because the Glazers, we've seen United trying to address this. We've had, meetings at fan forums and all sorts of things where they've said that they're going to do more and get the fans involved. They've said that they're going to try and do more and get the fans involved more with making decisions and all this bullshit. But we haven't really seen any of that. It's all just rubbish lies and rubbish gash fluffing talk, my son. So I agree, Mark Harris. This club, unfortunately, because of who owns it and because of who's been in charge over the years in the hierarchy, a bunch of wanky fucking bankers. Because of that, yeah, you're absolutely right. Thank you for getting in. Hey, we got 87 likes, guys. Thank you so much for getting in, guys. Rush Mono says we got 87 likes. Can we get 100? Let's have a cheeky little Baker Brigade like spike. It is a bit of an early stream today, isn't it? I think I've caught you by surprise. But there you go. We've got a bunch of legends in here this morning, though. Koenig Jurgen is a magnet for hungry players, says Luex, and there you go. Because of that, his aura, the style of football he plays. that's it. They are going to attract players. They are obviously going to be able to sort of just have better PR than us right now as well. But there you go. Chuamini is a target for Liverpool. Liverpool eye Aurelian Tchouameni transfer. And also there's a Darwin Núñez claim as well that they're still interested in signing Darwin Núñez. Manchester United is supposed to be in for this guy, 22-year-old, 33 goals and 39 matches for Benfica. It would be terrible if Manchester United lose out on all our targets this summer, wouldn't it, to other teams? This is another thing that is interesting. Chuamini last night talking about, he said in French, he says, Franchement, quel plaisir de regarder un match de ce niveau-là, or something like that. I don't know. And that roughly translates to this game. It roughly translates to, I want to go and play for Real Madrid. No, it doesn't actually. It translates to something along the lines of, what a fucking game of football or something. I don't know. but something along the lines of that. But he's looking at the, or what a Champions League tie or something like that. Let me just translate it so I actually know exactly what it says. But it reads as, frankly, what a pleasure to watch a match of this level. That's what it means. Frankly, to watch a match of this level, Fabrizio Romano replied to him on there and said, and soon you'll be there. Now, that means basically, he's not with Monaco, I don't think. I think he's on about, Real Madrid or somebody else. So Fabrizio Romano just saying, and soon you'll be there to Chuamini. So yes, Chuamini making it known last night how much he enjoyed that game. Gungshi, thank you so much for this one, mate. He says, love a bit of piggy breakfast. Oh, thank you, Gungshi, my son. Well, I'll try and keep these up. I'll try and do more of these and get you guys, in up to date with the morning news. But usually my sleeping pattern's so shagged out. The only reason I can do it tonight is because I didn't do a FIFA last night and went to bed early. Thank you so much, Gungshi. Come and get a Sue in there for Mr. Don Gungshi. What an absolute lad. Oh, shit, the bed. Hey, Mark Harris, thank you very, very much, you absolute legend. Super chat from Mark Harris, mate, with a $50 make you holler. Super chat here. He says, this is a cheeky donation on behalf of everyone in the chat. You do a great job and we love you. Also, cheeky donation for HIO Iron Limited. Get it. Oh, thank you so much, Mark Harris, you absolute bloody legend. I love you. Hey, get in there. You're a legend, mate. Nice one, Mark. And thank you, everybody in the chat on behalf of Mark there as well. Guys, thank you so much. Can we get some mad love hearts in the live chat there? That's very, very kind of you, mate. Wow. Coming in here raw with a $50 super chat, Mark Harris. Thank you very much, dude. I'm glad you enjoy the shows, mate. I'm glad that you think people enjoy these shows. And also, yeah, what we do on this channel, which is, we try and give you them the United news in a concise sort of fashion and not bullshit like some people do. That's what we try. Okay, so Chuamini linked to Liverpool. They're in for him supposedly in regards to talks at this moment in time. It could be speculation. He is obviously linked to Real Madrid as well. But there you go. Okay, also, some reports coming out that United are still interested in a couple of other players in the midfield, which, of course, is going to be the stories right now going around. Sergej Milinkovic-Savic is another one, of course. So we'll have to wait and see who United sign. I personally think we'll end up the season with, end up the summer transfer window signing maybe, I'm going to say Neves. And even though he might go to Barcelona if Barcelona come a knocking, I'm going to say Neves. And I think we'll also sign, I don't know, one other more, maybe, I don't know, one other midfielder as well. We need him, don't we? It depends on what his plans are with Donny van der Beek as well, doesn't it? It really does. Okay, so Manchester United, Ten Hag and Ralph Rangnick are pushing for a Paul Mitchell move at this moment in time as well. Heavy links with just on AS Monaco, as we're talking about Chuamini. Blown away by that one, Mark Harris. Thank you so much, by the way, bud. Mad legend, absolute mad legend. But in regards to Monaco, Chuamini, Paul Mitchell. So Paul Mitchell is being linked to, he's currently obviously sporting director over at Monaco. He's previously been involved in lots of different teams working in the Football League. He's chief scout for MK Dons, Southampton, Tottenham. I think Son Heung-min's one of his signings, actually, who he signed for a really good price from Leverkusen back in the day. He's worked in Germany and the USA, all the rest of it. So it looks like he is definitely being coveted by Manchester United right now. We've just lost our chief scout as well, Jim Lawler. and head of global scouting Marcel Boot over the summer, right? We're going to lose them over the summer. And so bringing somebody like this in could make a lot of sense, who's going to sort of come in and have a directorship role, but also, you know, oversee recruitment, mastermind signings of deals. So he's actually masterminded deals such as Dele Alli, Toby Alderweireld, Son Heung-min and Kieran Trippier for Spurs. And also helped RB Leipzig establish themselves in Bundesliga with a lot of good signings and players as well. So in terms of what we could bring in behind the scenes, I think this would be an upgrade as well. I do think this would be an upgrade as well. So he has been linked. Supposedly Ten Hag and Rangnick are both keen on bringing this guy in also. Just got a couple of little bits more information, everyone, before I get into the live chat for a Q&A. Once again, drop the thumbs up on the vid. Subscribe if you're new so you can chat. You only need to be subscribed for 1 minute to chat and get involved in the conversation. So do that if you're new around here. Couple of little tidbits we've got now. Just Marco van Basten urges Ten Hag to build around Cristiano Ronaldo. So Van Basten told a Boller, there's a bit of stuff going on, you know, in regards to links with Ronaldo going away from Manchester United in the summer, and could he leave if there's no Champions League football? It's possible. But if he is here anyway, this is what Van Basten said. He said there's no need to take Ronaldo out of the team, even as at 37 he's a proven reliable goal scorer essentially. So he said something like, where's his actual quotes? If Ronaldo continues to play like he did, for example, against Norwich, scoring regularly, there is no need to take him out of the team. He's an individualist player, but as long as he continues to show results, he has to start. Ten Hag will know that he won't be able to ask him the same as an 18-year-old. Of course, Ronaldo will have to work hard, but I see Ten Hag having enough influence over him to make him play as he wants. I have one piece of advice for Eric. Don't look at what the press says when you start. He will have to have a huge focus on his work, on training, on the team. If you do that, you can change everything at United. So great wise words here, I think, from Mr. VB. Very, very wise words. And I do think if you look at, you know, what he's done, Ronaldo's done this season from an individual point of view, and just trying to help the team. But obviously the team's not really been a great team. But he has not really let the side down. Only a couple of games I can really think where he's missed a couple of sitters, or, you know, he's had a bad day. Most of the time, it's down to the team performing badly around him. He's held his up his end of the bargain. So for those reasons, I agree with what he said there. I think if you can feed Ronaldo, if you can get playing a certain style, he's definitely worth keeping around for the next season. There's some speculation maybe Ten Hag doesn't want Cristiano Ronaldo at the club. I think that would be preposterous. Who wouldn't want to have the greatest player of all time at your football club who's still scoring in the goals and still banging the goals? He would be a great option to have at the very least. So I'm pretty sure Ten Hag will want to keep Ronaldo. It's just whether or not Ronaldo wants to stay and play under Ten Hag for United without Champions League football. So we'll see. But in my opinion, yes, he should absolutely stick with Ronaldo, give him the captain's armband, and take it off of Slabby Maguire and do that. Okay, so also we've got another report just quickly on Paul Pogba before we get into the live chat. Then some news coming out about Paul Pogba that just says that he has reportedly not yet come to a decision where he wants to go in the summer. Is just exploring options at this moment in time. There's a lot of clubs linked. Juventus, of course. PSG is one of the biggest expected clubs, but even a couple of other teams such as Real Madrid, Barca are even being touted as possible destinations. Sky Sports and a couple of other outlets reported the other day that Manchester City had allegedly rejected the chance to sign him, so they weren't interested, but a couple of other teams maybe would be sniffing around him. He's a 29-year-old player. He's a huge star, obviously. He's not the most industrious of players. He's not the most consistent of players, but for the right team, I could see why they would want to sign him, especially on a free. A team like PSG, for instance, in a Farmers League where he's going to get the ball and be able to look good against a bunch of pitchfork wielders every week. So it makes sense for him to go there as well. But also, a report has come out that says that Paul Pogba could be on the list for Newcastle United. I don't think it's that realistic, guys, because I just don't see Eddie Howe looking at Paul Pogba and Man United going, yeah, I want a bit of that. That's the main reason why I think it's not going to happen, because I think that Eddie Howe doesn't want a player like Paul Pogba. He wants a different type of player. He wants to improve them, yeah. He is a star player, he's a great player, but he's seen what he can do in the Premier League week to week, and nobody wants a piece of that action. So, yeah, I think he's going to go abroad. I think he'll go to somewhere like PSG in the summer. That's probably where he's going to end up. Guys, where do you think Paul Pogba ends up in this summer? Let me know. Let me know. Also, I'm going to get into the live chat now. Once again, if you're just joining us, breakdown on the news. Eric Ten Hag, his priority is to clean up this shit dressing room and sort this gash atmosphere out. Kalvin Phillips to Manchester United. He is on the list of targets this summer. Reported by The Athletic. Would he come based on the fact that he's a full-on lead scummer? Who knows? Also, Ruben Neves is on the list for Barcelona. Him and his agent reportedly desperate to try and make a deal happen to go to Barca, but also would be open to receiving an offer from Manchester United as well. Also, I didn't mention this, but Ten Hag supposedly still leading the race for Darwin Núñez at this moment in time. We have to wait and see if we can afford him. But Ten Hag wants to get this guy in and is interested in him, but it's just on whether or not United can afford him. And if we can't, we might be going for someone like Sebastian Haller, who is being linked with Manchester United now because of the work Ten Hag has done with him, of course, and the goals he's scored this season and his record this season, and the fact that it would be available for somewhere closer to around about maybe £35 million. The thing is, all of these players at Ajax are just going to be linked to Manchester United now. Not all of these stories are legit. Most of these stories are bullshit. There's a few players that we've discussed in this video that are probably will end up with us, though. A couple of these players, whether it's a couple of the Ajax lads or one or two of these players, Kalvin Phillips, Ruben Neves, who knows. Some of these players we discussed in this video will end up with us, I would imagine, but some of them absolutely won't. So we just have to wait and see how it transpires and who goes where. Because if Manchester United do want Ruben Neves, doesn't mean we're going to go get Ruben Neves. We might be able to even convince Wolves to sell him to us. But if he's already got an interest in playing for Barcelona and they actually also put a bid in for him and they've got Champions League football, then maybe they could get him. Then again, maybe that would mean that we could go and get someone like Frankie de Jong from them if they're looking to have a clear out. Reports that Frankie de Jong is not too interested in or not too happy at this moment in time in Barcelona. So, hey, who knows? It's going to be a crazy window. Do keep yourself involved by smashing the old bell icon so you get notifications when we post, and we'll give you all the latest United news every day throughout the next few months, which are probably going to be pretty crazy. Okay, let's get into the live chat then, guys. Thank you, each and every one of you, for joining. I'm going to end that poll now, which is the vote for who would you prefer. We had 172 votes on there. 67% of the live chat would prefer Ruben Neves. 33% would prefer Kalvin Phillips. So there you go, guys. Neves wins, and in my mind, he wins as well. For me as well, I think he would be the better option out of the two players. Hey, we've got 100 likes on the stream as well. Get in there. Thank you, Gungshi. Hashtag 100 likes. Let's go. Appreciate you all, guys, for joining us. Dad King Unofficial says, hello, thoughts on Arsenal in very advanced talks for Gabriel Jesus, says Dad King Unofficial. I mean, yeah, I think Manchester City are looking to get Haaland in the summer, aren't they? So it wouldn't surprise me if Jesus goes somewhere in the summer, yeah. In regards to where, I guess Arsenal would be a good move for them. They might look to get Lacazette out, or it's possible. I personally think, I think they're absolutely going to do business this summer, City, to try and sign a striker, and it will most likely be Haaland. I suppose if Haaland ended up going somewhere else, then they could go and get Kane or something like that. But yeah, they'll be signing a new striker in the summer. It's going to be Haaland, isn't it? He's going to City blatantly. Pogba for De Jong, says Bailey Miller. Yeah, Pogba for De Jong. Yeah, but the thing is, we've got no... I suppose if he went to Barcelona and that's a good point you made. I mean, if Barcelona wanted to sign Paul Pogba on a free transfer, yeah, they got to pay a huge amount to his agent and signing on fees. But let's say they signed Pogba and then they sold Frankie de Jong. Well, they'll generate £60 million by doing that. So it's not a bad shout you just made there. Mark, you're a bloody legend, mate. Thank you so much, Margaret Harris, for that, by the way. Let's get your thoughts and opinions in then, everybody. I'm sticking around here for a while to do this Q&A with you legends. Sonic Quantum, what's up with you, my brother? Thank you for joining as well. Robin says, Mark, you legend, it's doing okay now. We went from second to might not even get Europa League, says Jonathan. It's true, Jonathan. I mean, it is a drop-off. None of us expected this season, I don't think. You meant fingers crossed, as Robin. You hope City sign Haaland. That should be enough to see off the Liverpool scum next season. So, oh, take it out. What a thing to say. Are you now we're living vicariously through Manchester fucking City? No. I don't want to see City keep winning titles, man. I, of course, don't want to see Liverpool. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, Caking it. It's the lesser of two evils. Nobody wants to see Liverpool get out a 20th title, do they? Absolutely not. You're so right. So, yeah, yeah, but that's the state it's got to. Nobody's realistically expected Man United to challenge. Takashi says, will we have FIFA today, says Takashi? I'm not too sure, actually, Takashi. Maybe not today, mate, because I've got the evening with Mrs. P tonight. I might do, but also maybe not. If not, then it will be on definitely Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, as always, every single week. Rush Mano says, news updates. Let's have a little look at this then, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us and getting these in here again. Okay, so yeah, there is a report that Frankie de Jong is not happy, of course, at Barcelona, as we mentioned earlier. That is another piece of information coming out there. A number of Man United fans are planning another protest outside Old Trafford before the match against Chelsea on Thursday night as well. Hashtag Glazers out, guys. That's what's been reported here as well. A number of United fans planning another protest outside Old Trafford before the match. Hashtag Glazers out. Oh, nice one. And also there's, of course, Rangnick presser today at 3. Get in there, dudes. Right, I'm just going to stick around for a couple more minutes. Have your final say then, guys. Thanks for listening to me waffle on this whole video. Haaland's dad was a good player before Keane ended his career. Nice he's going to City, says Jason Brown. Keane didn't end his career, mate. Keane just fucking did him a good one, didn't he? But he didn't actually end his career. People say that. Maybe he wasn't quite the same player after that again. But he did play on after that, mate. He did play on after that for a while. Pretty sure. That is a common misconception, isn't it? That he ended his career. But he didn't. Maybe he did in the long term, but I'm pretty sure he played not even that long after that game for them again. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But isn't that one of those urban, those Chinese whisper type things? You'd rather have my own city win things than Liverpool. Simple as that, says Kate Cadet. Ronaldo leaving United, thoughts, Pig? I don't know about it, Lee. If he really wants Champions League football, he has to leave. If that's what he demands, then he has to leave. But I don't want him to go anywhere. I think he should stay. You're right, Flabby G-Man. They're absolutely disgraceful. You'd rather have City win than Liverpool. Yeah, true, Kate Cadet. I respect that. Who do you think will get top 4? Arsenal, United or Spurs? Probably the Arsenal holders, that king. But I wouldn't surprise me if they bottle jobbed it. Hey, Omondi, what's going on, you legend? How are you doing today? Yes, he says, really excited to see what transfers we bring in. Keep up the great work, Flyping. Thank you, Omondi, lad. Thank you so much. I'll be in touch about getting you on another one of these shows soon as well, Omondi. We're going to be bringing them back very shortly. Omondi, you legend, thank you so much, mate. And yeah, it will be a very exciting transfer window, I think, this summer, just to see who goes and who comes in. There will be quite a bit of change. I think at least there's going to be a few big sign-ins. At least. And maybe a couple of sort of smaller, shrewd signings could be coming in as well. And maybe a bit of the youth brought into the side as well. We might see the likes of Ghana or some of these youngsters playing a bit more next season. So we should see some positive stuff next season. That's it. I think what Ten Hag has to do is just give us what we want as fans, which is attacking football and a good style about us. It's not going to come overnight, but I think people need to give him time and understand that he has got to get rid of a lot of players, get a lot of players in, and build a team and a philosophy and everything at United. And they've got to go from what we're playing right now to playing more to the style of sort of what he's doing right now at Ajax. If we can play that total football style in the Premier League and play attacking football, it can be done. City and Liverpool, particularly Liverpool, play attacking football, whoever they're against, and they win. So we can do it. We can do it the United way. If he does that, people will be slightly less concerned about the position in the table, I think, come the end of the season. If we're 5th or 6th, but he's got a few of the youngsters in there who are progressing and looking brilliant. Garnacho's doing bits, Elanga's doing bits, Garner's come in and done really well. And he's also signed a really good few players who are developing well. Anthony, Timber, and then he's got Neves in the side, a few other players. Then we're all going to be thinking, yeah, okay, we are building towards something special here. Whereas, it's not going to happen overnight. Klopp, it took him a lot of time at Liverpool as well, finishing 7th and waiting to get the right players in certain key positions. It's a slow rebuild, unfortunately. As much as we want to get all the players out and all new players in, it can't work like that. There's only going to be, I think, maximum 5 signings maybe in the summer if we're realistic. We need 7 or 8, but realistically 5 signings I think I could see us do. First team signings here, ones for right now. I think maximum. Hey, Nathan Best, he says, would honestly go for Tielemans this summer on the cheap. Yes, contract running down, not too much left on it. Available for 40 to 50 million pounds. Great call, Nathan Best. That's who I'd be interested in as well. Premier League experience, absolutely. You'll take defensive football if we win, says Jonathan Gallagher. Okay, well, let's go and get Jose Mourinho back then, Jonathan. Let's start playing some park the bus bullshit then and win the Mickey Mouse Europa then, Jonathan. Fair enough. I get what you're saying. It's a results industry. We want to win. I actually think we can do both, though. I think United should try and do both. The United way should be to try and win, and always try and win, but to try and do it in the right attacking way. And I think that's what Ten Hag's going to do, because he's a big lover of the people like Cruyff, Van Basten, people like these guys' sort of mentalities where it's about more like the Dutch total football style. Attack and play good football and win well. That's what it's about. So hopefully you're going to see that from Manchester United. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Monty says, let's press the like button, fellows. Thank you so much. Yeah, do drop a like on the video if you haven't done so. That'll help us out. And hit the sub up if you're new. Thank you, Jason Brown says, great show as always, Pixter. There'll be loads of changes at lots of clubs this summer. It will be fascinating. Scouser on the wheel says, that's true, mate. For locals, but the neutral don't want fucking money bags like City, PSG, and soon to be Newcastle to win anything, mate. Yeah, fair enough, Scouser on the wheel. It's a fair point. A fair point. They are just scum money clubs. They don't deserve anything. Good shout. Jose was good. Don't hate him, guys, says Takashi. He did do well at United, actually. But it was the classic park the bus tactics from Jose a lot of the time. He did do well. He won 3 trophies for us in the first season, including the Mickey Mouse Community Shield, and the Mickey Mouse Cup, and also the Mickey Mouse Europa. He did do us, and that's the best success we've had post-Fergie. So, yeah, he did do well for us. And maybe what he said about him finishing second being his best achievement is true. And also, if we'd have actually got in the players he needed in that last window before he left, who knows what would have happened. But I agree. I just don't think he should have been, he's the right fit for our style of team, you know. Yeah, that's right, Omoni. I'm going to be watching that. I'm going to be doing a watch-along for that, actually, my son. He says, make sure we all tune into the FA Cup Youth Final. The future is bright. The future is orange. / Total Footy. Nice one. Like your style there, Omondi. We need defenders. Defenses crap, says Lee Everett. Rushy says United style should be better with Eric Ten Hag. Players which I hope will rub off on the players that stay. Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Johnny M. Thank you for subscribing there, Siva Pitche. Really appreciate you getting in here. Yeah, Mark Harris says, Josie would park the bus in your local chippy and run off. Piggy, do you think Man United are going to bottle against Chelsea? I do, Dibby. Dibby sound. I do, Dibby, think that we are going to bottle it. Fat Chinese Gaming says, get Lewis. Hey, Fat Chinese Gaming says, get Louis Van Gaal back. Oh, yeah, I mean, Louis Van Gaal, it's sidey pass crab football for Man United, wasn't it? He won the FA Cup for us. But it was sidey pass, slow gash-tastic, horrible football, in my opinion, as well. Possession style, often 3 at the back as well. You know, I didn't really like it, I'm going to be honest. It wasn't the United way either. But fair play to you. Hey, by the way, let's get some love hearts in there for Louis Van Gaal, who's not very well at the moment. He has recently revealed that he has cancer, actually. So much love to Louis Van Gaal. I hope he makes a full recovery. And I really like Louis Van Gaal. He's a great manager. And even though he wasn't right for Manchester United, didn't necessarily do enough to keep his job at United. What a legend of the game as well. What a legend of the game. Like, you know, he won the Champions League with Ajax and he's done a lot of great stuff. He got the Netherlands very far in the World Cup, etc. He's a great coach. And he's also a funny guy. I always enjoyed his post-match interviews and stuff. Louis Van Gaal, Red Army, says Bonzo. Yeah, Dibby says, yeah, I'm expecting a gash-tastic performance. Luexen and Rushman are getting those love hearts in there. Thank you, guys. Sonic Quantum says, in terms of transfer policy, I feel our club needs to have a stronger backbone, as in stop allowing clubs to bully pressure us into overpaying, e.g. Maguire. Our scouting needs to step up. Brilliant comment. Change the mentality of how we recruit players. Let's sign younger, hungrier players for cheaper. Stop being bent over the barrel for signings for players. Stop paying huge money to players. We should never be playing players like Paul Pogba 300k a week, or Alexis Sanchez 400, 500k a week. It's madness. It sets a terrible precedent in your squad. It destroys your wage structure. It means that players are unhappy or on 100 grand who shouldn't be on more than 100 grand, but they're unhappy because Billy Big Bollocks over there in the corner is getting 400k a week for being shit. So, it causes all sorts of problems. We need to address all of these problems. I agree. Okay, guys. Thank you, LVG, says Susan Lively Sue. Will Villarreal smash Liverpool today? I don't think they will, Takashi, but fucking come on, Villarreal! Let's go! Anthony Everin, United should have fired Van Gaal, in my opinion. They did fire him. Oh, shouldn't have. Sorry, he says shouldn't have. Oh, okay. Well, he did win the FA Cup at the time. I mean, it was slightly surprising they sacked him at the time, but there you go. Guys, we're going to wrap this video up there. I want to say thank you each and every one of you legends for tuning in. We've just come up to 90 minutes for the show. That's too long. Let's finish the stream there. But once again, thank you so much for you all for tuning in. Make sure you drop a like on the video. Thank you all for chatting with me this morning. Have a wonderful day. We'll be back later with more news and upcoming information. We might even get on and do a Rangnick presser sort of reaction around about 3 p.m. along with the preview for the Chelsea game, because I'm probably not going to do the preview for the Chelsea game tonight late because, well, I think a lot of people will be watching the Champions League gash, won't they? Not United fans, but some will. I'm just saying some United fans will, so I don't know. Maybe not the best time to be doing a preview then. I'm either going to do a preview at 6 p.m. or 3 p.m. Rangnick presser reaction type thing. So do keep a lookout a bit later on today, guys, for more content. Thank you, Dibby, Madhouse, Kate Cadet, Rushmano, Jonathan, Peter Abate, Luexen, Robin, Rushmano. And we got 56,000 subscribers as well. Come on, get in there, my son. 56k. Let's get a hashtag 56k in the live chat. We have hit that as well. Nice one. Amit Kumar, thank you. Take care, bud. Scouser on the Wirral. Gungshi, thanks. He says, thanks for the tasty breakfast, Big. Thank you so much, Gungshi, you legend. And let's all get some love hearts in the live chat for Mr. Marky Harris as well, as all the legends in here. But Mark Harris for that big $50 super chat there at the top there. And all the wrestling legends, Michael Myers, Gungshi Leone, everyone, thanks for supporting the show as you always do. Kate Cadet, Raptor, Takashi, Susan, Flabby G, Nathan Best. Guys, check out Nathan's article at the top of the live chat as well. If you want to read more news, there's an update on the website. And just help us out. Help us get a couple of clicks. There's no adverts over there. There's no bullshit. We don't make money off the website. It's not. I'm not telling you to click on it to make a penny. I'm just saying click on the website. There's no ads on there. Read the articles. Help us out. There you go. Legends. Guys, have a great day. Thank you so much for tuning in. That's it from me. Paul Story, I know. Thank you so much, Paul. On our way to 60k now. Disco Dave as well. Have a great day. Okay, guys, do drop a like and subscribe and click the bell. Also, follow us up on social media at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Check out the website at the top of the live chat there as well, or go to unitedflyinghigh.com for your latest Man United news. That's it from me. I'll be back later with more Man United content. Keep your eyes peeled. And fucking come on, United! A big transfer window needed. Out with the old shit. In with the new. Let's see mad change at United. Get behind Eric Ten Hag. Get some of these pretenders out. Strip Slabby of the captaincy. Sign some real hungry, young, up-and-coming beasts. Let's go! See you then, guys. See you later on. Thanks for watching. I'll be back in a couple of hours. Oh, shit. I pressed the wrong thing, guys. Soon.